My name is Jake Matthews and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Proudly.
How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Adventurous, independent, and grateful.
Zodiac sign.
Sagittarius.
Nickname.
I got called Timberlake playing in a New York City street ball game because a dude said, y'all got a guy that looks like Justin Timberlake guarding me? Side note, I whooped his ass. But however, when I lived in Kenya, everybody called me cheesy. It means crazy, and not like the good kind of crazy, like mental asylum crazy.
What's a fun fact about you that most people don't know?
I speak Swahili pretty well. I've lost a lot, but from my time in Kenya, yeah, my Swahili's pretty nice.
How many countries have you traveled to and which was your favorite?
65, I think. If I had to pick a favorite one, it depends. Like, we're talking food, we're talking culture. Overall though, it's gotta be Spain.
How did you get started in photography?
I had a crush on a girl and she was into 2 photographers and not into me, so I literally picked up photography to try and get her to notice me.
What's been your favorite project you've ever worked on?
Kapawi Eco Lodge is an eco lodge down in the middle of the indigenous Amazon, and so I've gotten to go down and hang with some locals and be in the middle of Mother Nature, so yeah.
What's one place you still have to visit?
Nepal.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned from working in the creative industry?
That we all deal with the same fears and we're all self-conscious about the same stuff. So no matter who you are, like when you get a camera pointed at you, like your fears come up. So it's just important to embrace people where they are and love them no matter what.
What's one experience that changed your perspective on life?
Oh, I almost died. I was in the hospital and now I have type 1 diabetes, so.
How do you stay creative and avoid burnout?
By realizing the beauty of every single shoot, no matter what I'm shooting, every shoot is an opportunity for me to practice my perspective and change how I see the world.
What piece of advice would you give your younger self?
Excuse my French, but fuck the norm. Be you, do you, and do it relentlessly.
If you weren't a photographer, what would you be doing?
Something in the basketball world, almost certainly. Basketball is my first love. Honestly, I love it even more than photography, so I would love to coach. I just think basketball is the perfect metaphor for life. So I would love to help boys become young men by helping play the game of basketball.
What's one item you always bring while traveling?
My camera, obviously, but outside of that, my journal, something to write.
What's one goal you have for this year?
Walk across Japan. I'm planning on doing that in the fall. It's called the Kumano Kodo. I'll probably butcher the name of that, but it's essentially like you're walking along this peninsula in Japan and you're walking from temple to temple and just spending time being respectful of nature.
If someone is watching and wants to pursue a creative career, what would you tell them?
It's possible. So many people think that if you want to be a photographer, you're gonna be a starving artist. And I'm just like, screw that. No, you can live a life in the creative world doing something that you love and you can make really good money off of it.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning person all day.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
What's your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Favorite childhood memory?
Hanging out with my mom, doing literally anything. Walking in the rain, looking for salamanders, playing. She taught me how to shoot a bank shot in basketball, but hanging with my mom.
What's your love language?
Physical touch, baby.
Do you believe in fate or free will?
I believe in both.
Beach or mountains?
Mountains. Oh, I hate sand.
Most beautiful place you've ever seen?
The Faroe Islands. It was named by National Geographic as the most beautiful cold islands in the world. It's a group of 18 islands that the sea flows in between and there's beautiful mountains. There's more sheep than there are humans, but stunning.
A country you'd move to in a heartbeat?
Move to, let's say Thailand.
Window seat or aisle seat?
Oh, window seat. I'm trying to get the views.
What's the best meal you've had abroad?
Shout Ethiopia, man. I love a good Ethiopian plate with that injera and meat and cabbage and potatoes all on there, and you're eating it all with your hands and the sauce.
Craziest travel experience?
I escaped from armed guards in Kenya. They flagged me down, essentially were trying to just get money out of me, and I made up some stories, long story short, to get away from them. And yeah, I literally had 2 guys with machine guns following me, and I escaped, found my fellow Kenyan friends. They formed a huddle around me to hide my white legs because I stand out in Kenya. And I changed clothes with my friend and literally walked out there with them circling me and with the hood on. And I didn't get caught.
What's one travel hack you swear by?
Don't get international data. Like, use Wi-Fi when you need to, but outside of that, like, keep your phone on airplane mode, like, enjoy where you are, be present. You can scroll on Instagram when you're at home.
Solo or group travel?
Ooh, I mean, nothing is more fun to me than what I'd call taking somebody's travel virginity. Like, I love bringing somebody out of the country for the first time and like seeing their eyes light up. But that being said, showing up in a foreign country solo, oh, that's hard to beat. So both.
First camera you ever owned?
Outside of the iPhone 3, Canon Rebel T3i.
Photography or videography?
Photo all day, dog.
Favorite type of shoot?
One that I get to be with people on.
What's the best part about being a creator?
That I get to constantly practice my perspective of how I see the world.
Biggest challenge of running your own business?
Ain't nobody telling you what to do. You gotta wake up every day and decide, like, do you wanna do this or not? And you gotta make that same decision day after day after day after day forever.
What's a skill you wish you had?
I'd love to be able to play a musical instrument. I'm trying to learn like the Chinese ear U this year. I'm gonna be so bad at it, but I would love to just be able to play music and yeah.
One piece of gear you can't live without?
The Leica Q, baby. Best camera ever made, in my opinion.
Favorite client project ever?
I worked with a travel company called Unforgettable Travel, and they flew me to Greece and put me on a cruise throughout the Greek islands for 10 days. And literally my one job was just show off the destinations that we were on. So I had full creative freedom just to like showcase the beauty of the islands and enjoy my time on a cruise. I mean, it's pretty hard to beat that.
Best advice for someone wanting to start photography?
Just freaking shoot, dude. Like, I don't care what camera you have, go out and shoot and practice and do it again and again, day after day. Put yourself out there and let people know that you do it and just don't stop.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Shania Twain? I'm not really that guilty over that, but yeah, Shania.
If you could have dinner with any 3 people dead or alive, who would they be?
Kobe Bryant, the Zen monk Thich Nhat Hanh, Rick Rubin.
What's a food you can't stand?
Olives.
Sweet or savory?
Savory. Salt, baby.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
What's your hidden talent?
Do I have any hidden talents? Oh, I can do the Elmo voice pretty well, so.
If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be?
Hip hop dancing.
What's your dream car?
Bruh, I don't care. A Prius?
If you could live in any movie universe, which would it be?
Willy Wonka, and it's not close.
What's your favorite way to spend a day off?
Reading, walking outside, and hanging out with my beautiful girlfriend.
What's your biggest fear?
Living with regret.
What's the best compliment you've ever received?
I was on a trip to Bali with 2 girls from The Bachelor, and I was hired as their photographer, and one of the things that we went to do was visit a local shaman, medicine man, whatever you want to call him. And everybody goes up to this shaman and he gives them advice based on what he can see. And so anyway, I've watched about 6 people go before me, and every single one of them, like, he has something to say, and he walks up to me and literally, and then I walk up to him, and before I even say a word to him, he just looks at me and goes, "Why are you here? Your smile is like a lightning bolt." And I was like, oh, that's dope.
If you had a theme song, what would it be?
Pure Imagination from the Willy Wonka movie.
Not Girls Just Want to Have Fun. What can people expect from you and your content moving forward?
More stuff like this. I just want to be like real. So much of my life, at least my photography life, has been like really polished looking stuff, and I just want to like show up raw and show up as the person that I am. So more stuff like this.
How can people connect with you and follow your journey?
Follow me on Instagram, subscribe to YouTube. If you're a LinkedIn lane, you can follow me on LinkedIn too. But either, yeah, subscribe on YouTube or follow me on Instagram.
Any final thoughts or messages for your audience?
If you're breathing today, I mean, already we're winning. Please don't forget it. I know life can get stressful, but if you have breath in your lungs, like, you have something to be grateful for.